All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another live stream. Could be, possibly, maybe. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this thing to work. Is this thing still on? Is this thing still on? See if we can get this to work tonight. It's been a bit, dudes. It's been a little while since we've gone ahead and done a live video. Just had too much stuff to take care of the last few weeks. We'll go through it once we get some people in, verify the audio for me. Thanks, brothers. We got Easy Does It 86, 1986. That's when I was born. That was the year that I was born, 1986. We got Iron Man 412. What's up, Iron Man? Thanks for verifying for me. Easy Does It. He knows how we do it. Make sure the sound is working so before we start. You never know. Streaming software. I love the streaming software. It's great, but you just you never know. Always good to get that confirmation, dudes. And yeah, we got a Walking Dead stream for us tonight. We're gonna take a look through. Some of the new stuff we got. We got pictures for the Rick and Michonne spin-off series, so that's really great. We're going to allow all comments. Yeah, let's do that. You guys can say what you want, and that's cool. We got Dory Nichols. What's up, Dory? We got Blitz. Hey, brother, there we go. There we go. We're back. Everything Elvis and Entertainment. What's up? How you doing, everything? And Nola Gang, what's up, dude? And Lily from Florida, awesome. Ooh, nice weather out there. We got a lot of people, Lily, who from Canada during the wintertime, they go to Florida. They'll have like a place there, and they'll go there and stay there during the winter because it's cold in Canada during the winter. Although last couple years has not been too bad where I live anyway. A little bit of snow, but not that much this year. It was pretty great, man. Nola Gang 09, 1984 better. Yeah, 1984, I like it. Easy Does It. This is Eric McGrath. I changed my YouTube name. Oh, okay. All right, well, that's fine. That's cool. So, yeah, dude, Snowbirds. Yeah, Stingray knows it. There we go. Cool, dude. Stingray 427. So, yeah, dude, so this recap for this year. So, I did intend on doing a stream almost every week, with consistency. But what happened is that we had The Last of Us, which I feel like was a great start to Last of Us. Now I've finally gotten to see the final episodes, Last of Us for Season 1. I feel like the finale, the wrap-up episodes for Last of Us Season 1, also very good, like the last 2 episodes. We got a comment from Neil Druckmann, who's the creator of The Last of Us. And so a bit about characters and stuff we can take a look at. He left in the channel. And so that's pretty cool. Happy to, hear that he likes the channel, so that's cool. The guy who created The Last of Us. So a TV series version, I believe. Pretty sure. I don't know if he was involved with the game. I'll have to look it up. I'm a Walking Dead expert. I'm getting into The Last of Us, but I wouldn't say I'm a Last of Us expert because I haven't played the games all the way through because I've been busy doing this with you guys for the last 13 years, every day or 2 days or every weekend. So, but The Last of Us finish off was pretty good. Any of you guys see the Last of Us? Any of you got to see the wrap up for the first season? I thought it was really good. Thanks, Jamal, for the question. So baby's not born yet. We got a few months left to go until June. Most likely he'll be born in June. We'll see. That's the calculator. Expected delivery date, middle of June. So Dead City is starting June 18th, I believe. We'll take a look at the pictures here. But I may miss the premiere, dudes, because our baby is due on the 16th. So, Walking Dead's awesome and everything. Dead City's awesome. Can't wait to see it. But you just got to understand I might be a little bit late with the reviews because we got some more important matters to attend to. So that's really cool. So we're really excited. So Jess is almost 6 months pregnant now. She's about, like five and something. So I've been tracking it pretty good. Almost 6 months. And she's developing well, everything like that. Got a good size baby bump at this point. So that's really cool. And he's doing well as well too so far. So that's really great. So everything is good with that. Just with this year not doing so many streams because I've had that going on. Obviously, going to spend more time with the wife as she's going through her pregnancy and everything, getting ready to give birth here in a few months coming up. So making sure she's got all the vitamins and food and runs to the store for different things like that. All that good stuff. But then we had to get some house repairs done because we had some issues with some stuff that I definitely wanted to get out of the way before the baby was born. There's no Walking Dead on right now, so I felt like this is a good time to take some time. I redid one of our redid a bathroom floor, got some new toilets and different stuff, and fixed some pretty major, huge plumbing issues. Some part of the house, like with the plumbing, was really old. It was like 60 years old, so it wasn't keeping up that well. And every year it would be like backing up a little bit. Last couple of years and gotten worse. So I just we got the whole thing replaced, but we had to like dig up the front yard and stuff. So it was a big mess, and I had to put the grass back because it was just a dirt patch. So I had to put the grass back. So anyway, a lot of stuff. That's pretty much what I've been doing. Why I've been haven't finished the reviews for Last of Us and stuff is just because I've been getting house stuff taken care of. We're setting up the baby's crib. We're setting up change table, playpen, all that stuff, moving stuff around all over the place. So, yeah, I definitely want to get the house in good working order before the baby's born and get everything like that set. So you guys know I have a day job during the day, so I work about 41, 42 hours a week at my day job, and then I do this after when I have time. So the last few weeks, I haven't been able to do that. I also got a 1-week ban from YouTube because I did a video on World War II, and I thought that was allowed, I guess, but I don't know. There's a new CEO at YouTube now, and I guess they've been striking people pretty quickly. Like if you say something questionable or whatever, and they catch it, they strike you for it. So that's kind of like what new management is like. If you guys have worked in the corporate world for a while, new managers, I've worked with probably like dozens of new manager, supervisor type people. They're all the same when they start. They kind of come in. If you switch from Susie, who was the CEO of YouTube before, to the new guy, I don't even know his name, but basically, new managers come in and they want to change the world, right? They want to come in and that's not how we do things anymore. I'm in charge now, and so they want to kind of, just I don't know, just they want to come in, change management. They want to come in and they want to change the world, right? So that's what they want to do to start with. So that's what we got on YouTube. So it's okay though because strikes it's just like a 1-week thing, and then after a few months it goes away or whatever. So I'll just be extra careful what I say for the next a couple months. Otherwise you can get like a second strike, and then it locks the channel for 2 weeks. You're not allowed to upload or do anything. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is for YouTube. They got advertisers and stuff, and they're like, Google's like, I really look at Google as like a quasi-government, section. You got like Sergey Brin and the guys who started it and everything. These people are all sort of quasi-U.S., DARPA government people for all the big tech platforms. Even if it's Facebook or any of the others, these people are all, to call them like separate corporations is a little bit tricky. They're almost like offshoots of DARPA and the government, the defense research, arm of the U.S. A lot of the stuff like ARPANET with the internet, that was created by defense research in the U.S. So it's like, all the different platforms are part of that. They call them individual companies like Google or this or that, and they pretend like these individual people created these platforms, but really it's like you look at the social, you look at Zuckerberg, for example, with Social Network, the movie. You guys know the propaganda movie where they feature him and they pretend like there's like the other characters like the Wachowski brothers, and they fight over it, and there's lawsuits and drama, and he steals it from them or whatever, and you get this drama about it. It's like, I'm pretty sure that like you guys didn't create this. Really, you were given this because of your connections in the system is my take on it. We've done videos on this anyway. We've gone through it all. The point is these corporations, these megalithic, huge corporations are like quasi-government almost. So, it's what it is. Get strike, whatever. I got to go with the program, whatever. I think there's probably a time where if you disagree with like global warming or something or climate change or whatever, I feel like that's coming. Like at some point, even if you just don't agree that climate change is real or whatever, they'll like strike you for it and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's I think it's going to get to that point in the future where if you disagree with like any government narratives at all, they'll strike you for it and like delete your stuff. I think that's coming down the road. So anyway, definitely wanted to take some time off, get everything set. I might take some more time off, as we get closer to June and that. But yeah, this was kind of always what we had planned to do, was that after Walking Dead original series finished off and we have more time on our hands, that we would start a family at this point. So that's what we're doing. And then again, we got 4 Walking Dead series coming up, which is really great. We got the Rick and Michonne spinoff series coming up. We got the Daryl spinoff series coming up. We got Fear the Walking Dead's final season with season 8, which is going to be really good. And we got Dead City. So yes, 2 days ago, it was yesterday or 2 days ago, we got the trailers for Dead City, a new trailer. We got the pictures. We're going to look at it together. We got the trailer for Fear the Walking Dead's final season, which looks really good. It looks like Morgan's going to return to King County and going to return to the place where he met Rick in the first episode of Walking Dead. So it's even though it's in Fear the Walking Dead, it's essentially canon to Walking Dead completely, because you're getting to see one of the original locations, which is really nostalgic and really awesome at this point for us to get to see. So I'm really excited to get to see that in Fear the Walking Dead. That's going to be really great. So we got a couple new pictures for the Rick and Michonne spinoff series that are taken from filming. So some people around, snapped some pictures, and we can see a few things from them. And it looks like Jadis is going to be returning. At least that's what people are thinking. So we got Walking Dead first look, and we'll get to your guys' comments after. We'll go through pretty much all your guys' stuff right after. But we got first look, Walking Dead, Rick and Michonne is what it is. Looks great. So you can see in this picture, right, where is it? Right here with Rick at the side above where I've got the TWD part in our thumbnail. Beside Rick is maybe that's Jadis. It looks like Pollyanna McIntosh, I think is her name. So CRM Rick, you can see, let's look at the pictures one at a time. So there's the thumbnail, really cool. We can see the man, the myth, the legend himself right here, Andrew Lincoln, returning as Rick. Finally, after all these years, that will make it a 2024 premiere date. And Rick left in 2018? So about, we say 6 years in between. 6 years since we saw him in the finale though. So that was awesome as well too. That was really, really great. But about 6 years for Walking Dead in between getting to see episode to episode with Rick. So really happy to see that. You can see the Boromine rings on his left shoulder. Right there, the three rings interconnecting, possibly maybe 3 communities or something as part of the CRM. Either way, it's really cool. Absolutely going to be great to see Rick return. Here's one of the filming locations. We've got 9th Street here, which is pretty sweet. We've got the buildings all around. And this building here, what does this look like to you guys? I don't know. Maybe this is like a lot of windows here, so that's pretty cool. Maybe an older building, it looks like. Maybe an apartment building or something, or a school or something. Not sure, but a lot of windows there. And this is one of their filming locations for the CRM for Rick. You can see a guy with a jacket right here. I don't know if that's someone else. I can't tell because of is he wearing a hat or is that darker hair? I can't really tell. But at the bottom left here, we're saying this guy with a CRM jacket. There's another guy with a CRM jacket. So is it possible that a lot of them? There's a couple right there. Is it possible that more than one of them wear CRM jackets, and that's kind of consistent for a lot of them? I guess we'll see. But yeah, dude. So we're probably looking at getting to see a trailer for the Rick and Michonne spinoff, maybe at Comic-Con. Maybe they'll save it for Comic-Con. They'll probably save it for Comic-Con. What do you guys think about that? They'll probably save the Rick and Michonne trailer for Comic-Con. But that means that if that's Rick there, the lady he's talking to might be there. We'll look at another picture here to kind of see. It looks like a bit of an older neighborhood, here for this one. And you can see a lady here. We got wool supply. We got some sheep, so I love that. Really cool. We talk about sheep all the time, sort of. So that's cool. And we got, is this Jadis right here? That's definitely Jadis, right? You guys can tell there. Type in a comment. What do you guys think about that? That's definitely Jadis right there, right? With the red strap across. That's definitely Andrew Lincoln talking to Pollyanna Macintosh offset. So that's definitely Jadis right there, right? Everybody agree? I'm not off base here, right? I'm based. And then we got Rick over here. Okay. Can we get a comment? Somebody back me up. Is that not Jadis? That's got to be Jadis, right? Somebody back me up real tight. Come on. Give me a chat. We got Blitz. Who's after Blitz? That's definitely got to be Jadis, right? There we go. Tim F says it's Jadis with a crap wig. So do you think that maybe they had her wear the wig so people wouldn't see that it's her? Something like that? Yeah, that's it. So Austin's got it too. Yeah, maybe that's what they did. They gave her a wig so that people couldn't tell that it was her, because it's like a reveal, right? Sort of that Jadis is going to be returning. But yeah, that's definitely Jadis. Nicholas agrees. What? Looks like Michael Jackson. Nice, nice one. Yeah, Jadis and her hairstyle. Yeah, it's definitely Jadis. Okay, great. So we're all in agreement. I'm not losing my mind. It's definitely Jadis here. And cool. So that's good. So we'll spy. You can see her from the side here too. Yeah, that's still her. So really cool stuff. So something to do with CRM wool supply. Do they have sheep and they're creating clothing wool from it? Not sure. Here's some lines being passed out. And yeah, really great, man. So I don't think we have any pictures yet of Denai Guerrera returning as Michonne just yet. I'm sure we'll get some soon, but that could mean that maybe in the first season, Rick and Michonne don't get to see each other right away. Maybe it's like a season finale thing where Rick and Michonne are reunited, like in the last episode or something of the first season. Something like that makes sense to me, but I have not seen any pictures of Rick and Michonne together yet. They're separate for these pictures. And then, so that's what we got for the Rick and Michonne pictures. Next, we'll get into some of the Dead City stuff. We'll go back to that. What do you do? Think about that. Really cool. Blitz says he sees one picture of Denai. Was she with Rick, though, Blitz? That's a question. Was Michonne with Rick in the picture? Because I think they're separate in the first season. And then at some point, we'll probably see them reunited, whether it's at the beginning or at the end of the season. I'm leaning towards end of the season, probably. That'd be a good finale moment to see them reunited. As far as Heath goes, War Entertainment, I haven't seen any pictures with Heath returning, so we may not see Heath in the Rick and Michonne spinoff. Maybe he could be used as a character there. I think it makes sense as a supporting character because he was in the original Walking Dead series, but it might depend on the actor. He's had a lot of roles since then. He was in Straight Outta Compton, I think, and some other, movies that they're making stuff and shows and stuff. Corey is his name, I think. And he plays Heath, but he's been in other stuff, so we may not see him back. He might not be in the Rick and Michonne spinoff, but maybe they've got that in store for us. Maybe he'll return. We'll see if that's the case. So let's go to some of your guys' comments, and then after that, we can take a look at the Dead City pictures, and we'll give our thoughts on Dead City. Rick and Michonne spinoff right now is definitely, I would say, the most popular of all the spinoffs right now in terms of fan interest, I think. So I think the Rick and Michonne spinoff series has the most interest right now for all the spinoffs, although the others do look really good as well. All right, let's see what you dudes said here so far. Do we know what the budgets are for the spinoffs, asked Blitz. We don't know. We don't know what the budgets are, for the spinoffs just yet. But I imagine the Rick and Michonne probably will have the biggest budget, and Dead City may have a pretty good one. Daryl spinoff may have a decent one. Fear the Walking Dead has always, I think, had a smaller budget, maybe half or less than half of the original Walking Dead series. I don't know. Maybe this last season it'll be, comparable. But I'm just looking for a good finish off for Fear the Walking Dead. I'm not looking for anything too crazy or anything. I think that it ended up being an awesome addition piece. You know, in addition, like, you know, with Fear the Walking Dead, it's like you have the original Walking Dead series, and Fear is an additional piece for you there. It gives you a little bit more for Walking Dead if you want more. You know, if you want to see Morgan more, then you watch Fear the Walking Dead. They've got their own great characters too, and so they can add to that, and I think it's really good. Dwight as well too. So that's really, I think it turned out to be great and was a success based on what they tried to do to start with. And it's had eight seasons. Some of them really awesome seasons too. So that's good. Yep, Noel the Gang says Last of Us is great. Yep, I agree. Last of Us is really good. And yep, do you think Morgan could show up in one more spinoff since Fear is ending? Yeah, because Fear the Walking Dead is ending, they could end up in any spinoff series that there is. You know, you could see Morgan in the maybe Dead City if it gets a season 2, or you could see any of the Fear crew in that, or maybe you could see maybe the Rick and Michonne spinoff or something, although I kind of doubt it. The Daryl spinoff is the only one that's kind of separate from that because of location. Daryl's in Europe, so it's going to be completely different probably, but it would be really great to see Daryl and Rick reunited at some point. Would be really, really cool. I would love to see something like that at some point. Yeah, really good stuff. Jamal Isaac says, I think Dead City starts in, Dead City starts in June, but May coming up will be Fear the Walking Dead. Season 8 will start in May. Yeah, that's right. And thank you, Lily, for the congratulations on the baby. I appreciate it. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Daryl Dixon says, baby not far. That's nice. Protoss, what's up, dude? How you doing? And let's see. Yeah, I don't know, Blitz. We'll see about that one, about the J-Mob. I don't know. I don't know. We will wait until the strikes are all gone and stuff. Austin Allen, what's up, dude? How you doing? Let's see. Tim F, how you doing, man? WW Josh says they may be bringing back Troy in Fear the Walking Dead Season 8. I've heard this as a rumor that he's from Season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead, that we might see him back in Season 8 for Fear the Walking Dead. It's just a rumor right now. We don't know if that's a fact, like if he will be in Season 8. I think he would be an awesome villain if they did bring him back. That'd be really cool. So we'll see if they decide to do that. I think it's a great idea, and I love the idea of him returning in Season 8. Could be a lot of fun. We'll see if they want to do it. Jamal Isaac says he's been subbed since Walking Dead Season 4. Thank you, Jamal, for all your years of being subscribed. I really appreciate it. If anybody new is watching that isn't subscribed, please subscribe if you don't mind. Will Rick reunite with the Python at some point, Austin Allen? Probably, but Judith has it right now, right? And Judith and Daryl have it, I'm pretty sure. So pumped for all of it. Yep, awesome. Yeah, let's see. WW Josh says Troy Otto is back in Fear the Walking Dead Season 8. Yep, I think so. Well, we'll see about the rumors. Maybe it's true, maybe it's false. We'll see. Yeah, what else did you guys say here? Yeah, it's good for the actor who plays Heath, HFG, to get other roles in other series. That's good. You're right. I agree. Nola Gang, hey, Trev, I heard we aren't getting Dead City trailer anytime soon. It's already up. They already showed the Dead City trailer, Nola Gang. It's in the Walking Dead YouTube channel, official YouTube channel. I got the pictures already. We'll take a look at the pictures from the trailer. No, they already posted the trailer. How do you think this spinoff will end? Which one do you mean, Alan? Fear the Walking Dead? Fear the Walking Dead ending predictions? Maybe Morgan returning back to King County is like close to the end. Maybe him returning to Alexandria will be the end for, like the final episode for Fear. But we'll see how they play things out. Maybe Troy could be the final villain. That could be really cool. Yeah. That'd be sweet. He'll be probably pretty messed up and pretty ugly looking after the hammer thing for Madison. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all of your guys' comments that you've left right now. Yeah, okay, that's all the good stuff. So let's take a look through. So we got This picture of JDM on set for Negan for Dead City, really cool. You can see a baseball batter here, which is pretty cool, and some other different maybe football sports and stuff like this in and around there. This guy, we've done a little bit of a breakdown on the trailers this morning. This guy, whoever this guy is, we'll see, maybe a villain, maybe an ally in Dead City. We'll have to see. These are from Dead City. Walkers falling off skyscrapers, walkers falling off buildings. It's going to be cool. We got Maggie here, and there is a time skip, by the way, between the ending of the Walking Dead series and where we're going to get to see our survivors in Dead City. So Negan and Maggie will be older. How many years older? We'll see. We got some pictures for Fear. These are kind of mixed in together for Dead City and Fear for what I got prepped for you guys. But here's Morgan. It's all Walking Dead universe, so it's all good. Morgan again here, really cool. And another one of him there, really sweet. AMC Plus. And we've got some of the survivors. Here's Grace. Are they at the spot in King County? I think they probably are in this one. It looks like it to me. Morgan returning home. Here's Madison knocking on some kind of a door or something, maybe a Padre cell or something. Morgan with this axe he's found from that bounty hunter. Pretty cool. Some water in and around here, and they're kind of walking through. So pretty dark in some of these pictures here. This one here with some walkers around, whoever this is there in the background. Somebody from Padre maybe. This one here is somebody kind of going up a ladder, some walkers in and around. Can't really tell. So dark, can't tell who it is. Some different walkers around here. And Morgan swinging the axe, long axe, I guess, what would you call it? Something like that. Executioner type axe. Grace here shooting some walkers. Some people helping out others to climb. We got this one of Madison and Daniel. Fear of the Walking Dead. Really cool. So, yep, wrapping up soon here, dudes. So, ending for Fear. Kind of sad to see it go after all these years. But they had an incredible run. They did a lot of episodes. A lot of 16-episode seasons. And some really great ones here and there, right? So, that's cool. We got Dwight and Sherry and whoever they're hugging here. I can't tell who it is. But the two of them. And that's a good thing about Fear is we got to see more with them as well, too. Even though they weren't really... Like maybe they didn't fit in exactly with the original Walking Dead cast of characters and survivors. So they have them leave. And Morgan and Grace in this one. And some characters on top of is this a subway train or something, or a building? Okay, maybe a factory building, something like that. Something of the sort like this. Can't tell who it is either. And it'd also be interesting to see if they do like more character deaths this season, because they know this is the last season for Fear. So it's wrapping up, so not everybody will likely make it through. Some will, but not everybody. And there's also going to be a time skip. I read, I think, a 7-year time skip, something like that, between last season and this season. Dwight and Sherry kidnapped by somebody. Madison smashing a door. He sees red and he does it. Morgan with the axe. And Fear the Walking Dead, the final season, premieres May 14th. All right, so that's the premiere date. Fear the Walking Dead final season, May 14th. So going to be great. So that's May 14th, maybe 5 episodes or something, and then a break. Dead City starts, maybe 5 or 6 episodes, whatever. And then Dead City starts after that. Maybe they share a Sunday night or something. Here's Morgan returning to King County. Which is really cool. So back to where he met Rick originally in the first episode. And here he is returning to his old house. Right there he's going in the door. So that's really cool. And here he is going through the old place here. Really like it. It's going to be sweet to see the same location again. And go back to the first, the rifle that Rick gives him. Going back to the first season. There's the rifle there. Yeah, really cool. So that's really great. And and then we do have the pictures from the trailer. This is, I see red, and I do it. This is from the trailer for Dead City. So that's Herschel right there. For any of you guys who haven't seen this, that's Herschel right there. There's a time skip in between the end of The Walking Dead and the start of Dead City. In the trailer, it explains that Herschel gets kidnapped in Dead City, and Maggie is basically going after him. There he is calling out for her and that kind of stuff. And this guy maybe is one of the villains, or maybe the lead villain. We'll see in Dead City. Pretty cool. And you have Maggie thumbnail for their video on the Walking Dead channel. Maggie yelling for Herschel. Negan looking unimpressed. Here you have some of them too. They're walking through, I think, New York or close by. And you have some zombies that are likely kind of falling off buildings and landing on some of the cars and stuff, which is pretty cool. Maybe out windows and stuff. So it's going to be cool to see the new locations for Walking Dead in Dead City, New York, and all that. Going to be cool. Some kind of bounty hunter here reminds me a little bit of the bounty hunter for Wanted poster for somebody. Reminds me a bit of the character from Fear the Walking Dead they used. Maggie looking scared of, that thing. Yeah. Nasty looking zombie that's like, has no skin on it. Gross, dude. Gross. Wow. What happened to its eyes? Somebody put their fingers through its eyes. Nice. That's brutal. Yeah, there's Negan. Walker's falling down. This is pretty cool. Walking Dead, Dead City. June 18th. So that's what it is. So June 18th. Losing my voice already. Out of practice, I guess. And so that's it. So Walking Dead, Dead City, June 18th. And then middle of May for Fear the Walking Dead start. And we'll definitely cover both once we get to that time. Yeah, so it looks great, dudes. So what did you guys say in the meantime? So that's what I got for you prepped in terms of the pictures. Rick and Michonne, and Jadis, I guess, too, right? Rick and Michonne spinoff. Walking Dead, Dead City, and then Fear the Walking Dead be the first one to start with Morgan returning back home to his house. Maybe Alexandria. We'll see about that part. That'll be cool. So, and maybe Troy in that season, which could be cool to see. Really excited for that one. Okay. Yeah, hey Trev, I heard we ain't getting Dead City, so that's the so the trailer is posted there for you there. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go watch it. Yeah. Michael Novak, you think Morgan and Rick will reunite? Maybe at some point, but they're in different storylines right now. So maybe Morgan and Rick could reunite at some point. That'd be really cool. Or maybe Daryl and Rick at some point. I guess we'll see how the different series, work out together. I think they kind of had to do the splintering of the different series because of, the different actors' contracts and stuff after they were well established. The costs, I think, went up from their agents and stuff for what it would cost to do it. Mike Novak, don't let Castro silence you. Kind of. They do have some kind of new bill there, Mike, about internet censorship now or something. I don't know. It's hard to keep up with all the different stuff that's going on and all the different parties involved, with Google, YouTube, and all that stuff. Okay. Let's see. Was it WonderCon this weekend? I haven't. I don't know. I don't follow WonderCon. Is that a Masters of the Universe convention or something, or He-Man type convention? I don't know. I don't follow that one. I'm not really into it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it sounds cool, Josh. I hope they do bring Troy back. I think that'd be really good. Daryl Dixon 2023 says Troy is not coming back. Already been confirmed to be a different actor. Okay, well, it could be somebody else then. Just spreading BS as usual. It could be somebody just clickbaiting or something. I don't know. It could be. I don't do that stuff. I pretty much wait until we know for sure, or we get to see what it is, or if it's obvious. and even sometimes then you can kind of be a bit off base. So, yeah. First 3 episodes, Blitz says. So if that's the case, then we would see Morgan return back at the beginning of Fear the Walking Dead season 8. So in last season. So, well, whatever episodes it ends up in, it'll be great to see. So I'll definitely watch the final season and see what it is. Austin Allen says, you think we'll see Jenner make another appearance? I don't think so. Maybe they could tie in another flashback. I don't think they need to. But you never know. Let's see. Yeah. Blitz says it's pretty convenient that they all look pretty much the same after 7 years. Well, they do look a little bit older to me, in the pictures. And definitely the kids are aging, quite a bit. So, I don't know. I mean, I think that they've done a pretty good job of making them look, in proportion to the age they're supposed to be at when we see them. Pretty good anyway. And we are all aging too as well too. So even if it's a few years they add on here and there, that's cool, whatever. Yeah. Okay, Blitz says, I feel like all these shows have to end with them reuniting at the Commonwealth. They've taken down the Commonwealth set, and apparently, you mean Alexandria set, and apparently the Fear the Walking Dead cast was spotted filming near it. Oh, are you saying they took down the Commonwealth set? Well, I don't know, man. I guess what they'll do is they'll take it down, but then if they have to rebuild it for one of the series, maybe they will. I don't know if there's a long-term plan for how they will have the series cross over at some point. I think it depends on how many people watch it and where the interest is. If there's a lot of interest, then they'll probably do it. But if not, they might not get to it. So they might not get to that point where we get to see the crossovers because maybe there just isn't enough fan interest for it at that point. We'll have to see if, there's enough fan interest and enough people want to see those spin-offs and episodes. Because if they have them all cross over and meet each other again, there are costs involved with having everybody go on set, all the actors and crew and everything to combine into a show. Maybe the ending of the Rick and Michonne spinoff, we could see that. But I don't know, AMC might want to keep Walking Dead going for longer. It is their hottest property they've ever had. So they might want to try and keep it going in one way or another as long as they can. Yeah, let's see. Elvis says, Maggie is a traitor. She left Hilltop for another show, and after it was a train wreck, she returned, attempting to lead them people. Well, I mean, they just, she got another series, Whiskey Cavalier. She tried it. It was like an NBC show, and it didn't get renewed for a second season, so that's fine. She comes back to return as Maggie. I'm happy to have her back. I think that she's a great character for Walking Dead. Maggie's very important. You have Herschel as well, too. So she's definitely one of the most important, forefront characters in the series, along with Negan and Rick and the others. So, they're going to get different shows and offers and, as they're working and stuff, and that's just how it goes. So same with the actor who plays Heath. If he had to leave for other stuff that was a better deal, go for it. You got to be happy for people who, are able to get a good, a good role or something. You're not going to be mad about it because they got a good job offer and they took it. That's good. Good for them. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm trying to get to most of your guys' questions, but there is a lot, but I feel like we've covered most of the good ones here, most of the comments. So yeah, so that's what we got for new Walking Dead stuff from this week, dudes. Aside from that, not too much else going on. We could do a review of Last of Us finale episode. Maybe at some point I will, because it was really good. Maybe we could do some videos individually focusing on that. But we'll have to see if if I get time and stuff, and if you guys want to do it. We'll see what you think. So, how many of you watched The Last of Us through the finale? How many of you guys that are watching the stream right now, if you don't mind typing in a comment, how many of you saw The Last of Us to the finale episode? Let's see what you guys have to say about that. How many people saw Last of Us all the way through? WD Josh said Nicholas Bosk is the stunt double for Daniel Sharman, who plays Troy. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Well, we'll see. We'll see if he's there or not for the season. If he is or isn't, I mean, that's okay either way. It could still be a great season one way or another. Yeah. Okay, so we got a couple people. Nola saw Last of Us all the way through. Austin did as well too. So we got a couple. Trump 45 and 47 says, "Yep, did great first season. Yeah, it was a good first season." Derek Soar did, and Rinsler did. So okay, so most of us did. So that's pretty good. So yeah, so maybe we could do a review for the final episode of Last of Us, at least for the finale episode, because it was really good. I agree. Yeah. So Blitz says that Last of Us was fine, but a bit of a huge step down from the amazing first game, but still an okay adaptation. Very overrated, though. Yeah, I agree. I thought it was good and everything. I did feel like it was a little bit overhyped when it started, but I can understand why, because it has a lot of fans from the games. People really love the games, so they wanted to see the first season. And it is HBO, so they got a good budget for it. And you do have Pedro to play Joel, and the actress from Game of Thrones to play Ellie. So, they're notable from Game of Thrones. People love Game of Thrones, man. Game of Thrones was a massive series. Probably even bigger than Walking Dead in a lot of ways. When it wrapped up and everything, it was huge, absolutely massive. The Walking Dead probably had more ratings than Game of Thrones over the years. But Game of Thrones in its 8th season was the biggest thing on at that time. It was really huge. The finish off for that one, really, really, really big finish off. Yeah, they might do that to Austin Allen. They might kill off Joel in season 2. I kind of hope that they kind of change it a little bit, but I don't know. They might want to go strict to the source material so people don't get mad. I just think for The Last of Us, the question is, how many seasons do they want to get out of it? Do they want to do just 2 seasons or 3 seasons? Or do they think they can get more out of it? I think it is a strong enough start to where they could get more out of it, but they have to add on more characters. And they haven't had that many characters. So maybe 2 years, 3 years. But it's a good start to it anyway, and I did like it. Power Back in Black says, I didn't get past 4 episodes, so I feel that. I understand. Yeah, in the middle it got a little bit, it dragged a little bit in the middle for Last of Us. Well, that's okay, but it's it's a new series getting started, so they're finding their niche. Maybe it'll get a season 3. I don't know. We'll have to see if it finishes off after 2 or if it goes for season 3. Yeah. Let's see. So Austin says, yeah, I wouldn't stretch it out. It'll ruin the masterpiece of the game. Yeah, it depends. We'll see what they have in mind that they want to do, what HBO wants to do. HBO seems to be okay with limited series. Like they don't necessarily want to stretch it out. Like Walking Dead is pretty stretched out, right? But some people like that HBO Game of Thrones approach where you have a great story and you give it a strong end quickly. You don't let it go on too far or anything like that. I prefer, continuing with a story longer, but that's just my kind of taste. I like to do that, and that's why I like what AMC's done with Walking Dead, which is to really give us a lot of it and keep going with it. But I do understand HBO's direction if they decide to just close things off, wrap them up quickly. Stranger Things is another example on Netflix where they're planning to end that, I think, in season 5. So it's almost over. They're not going to be extending it further than that. I think they could. Stranger Things is so strong. I think that Netflix could get a few more years out of it. But if they don't want to, they want to give it a good ending then and not stretch it, I understand. But I'm more of a fan of creating more than ending it prematurely. That's just me, though. Yeah. Let's see. What else did you guys say here? That's why they're rushing it, I think. They have plans for past 2 seasons. Yeah, they might. They might have plans to go on with Last of Us further than 2 years. And if they do, I think that's good. I think they should. They should go on further. And I'd be interested to see how it goes. Because I do like it. I'm just, after so many episodes of Walking Dead, I'm just kind of gotten really used to Walking Dead universe. But Last of Us is probably the best other dystopian series I've seen in quite a while that isn't Walking Dead. So that isn't either Walking Dead or Walking Dead companion like Fear or spinoff. It's the best other universe that we've seen that isn't Walking Dead universe, I think. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm more of a fan of quantity if I still enjoy it. Now, if it gets really bad in terms of quality, then it's time to wrap it up. Example would be the '90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had 10 seasons. They did a really great job up until season 8. And then they tried to do this Red Sky episode thing where they tried to change the turtles and make them like mutant turtles and they transform and stuff. And they made it like really action. They tried to make it like X-Men. They tried to take the Ninja Turtles in season 9 and 10, the Red Sky episodes, and they tried to make it just like X-Men. And it didn't really work, so they finished it off with season 10. Yeah, so, in that case, it's like, okay, wrap it up because you had a really bad angle and you might not be able to come back from it. But I am happy that they did 10 seasons of Turtles rather than finishing like a season 5 or 6 because season 7 of Ninja Turtles is really good too. They go to like Europe and stuff and they do some other stuff. There's some really fun episodes, some time travel episodes and different stuff. Really cool. Yeah, Daryl, I'm not into Power Rangers at all. For some reason, I just don't like Power Rangers anymore. When I was a kid, I liked Power Rangers back then, but it hasn't translated to present for me. Like, if I try to watch Power Rangers, I just like cringe at it now. Like I understand if you're 5 or 6, the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in the 90s, and that was sick and everything. And you had Jason David Frank, who just passed away recently, right? The Green Ranger. He played the Green and White Ranger. He was an MMA fighter as well, too. And he just passed away this year or last year, whenever. Maybe it was this year. Or maybe it was last year. Whenever. Anyway, he passed away just within the last year or so. And so there is definitely a resurgence of Power Rangers fans. Power Rangers bigger than I thought. Because I just thought it was like this thing that people watched when they were younger, and then they just got over it and never watched it again. But I guess people still like Power Rangers somewhat, so that's fine. I still like Turtles is my favorite, and X-Men as well. X-Men animated series. They're doing a new X-Men animated series, by the way. They're doing a '97, I think it's called, a new X-Men cartoon, which should be really great. For me, I'm big into Ninja Turtles. I'm not big into Power Rangers. I don't judge anybody who does like Power Rangers. I don't judge anybody who still likes Ghostbusters or like those classic 80s. Michael Keaton, by the way, is returning as Batman in the Flashpoint movie, The Flash. So that's going to be awesome to see, dude. Getting to see Michael Keaton return as Batman. Like, yeah, I'm Batman. That's going to be sick, dude, to get to see that. I got figures of all the... I actually have the VHS tape for Batman 1989 downstairs. Maybe I'll show you guys my VHS collection one time. We're still trying to get like a VCR player, because we don't have a VCR player, but I got a bunch of VHS tapes. So I'm going to try to find a working VCR that we can watch some of the classic 90s movies, 80s movies on VHS on. Why? I don't know. I just want to do it. I don't know why. I mean, I also have the movie on DVD too. Blu-ray, DVD, whatever, for a lot of these movies, but, like Ghostbusters, for example, but I don't know, it's just cool, like, if you can play a VHS tape still, I think that's kind of retro and awesome. I don't know, it's just me, maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys don't get that. You're like, why do you want to watch a VCR? It's like, I don't know, I just want to, I'm not saying the quality, I'm not arguing quality, I obviously know it's low quality, I know it's got scan lines and probably corruption and probably like staggers and stuff in terms of the playback. I'm just saying VHS tapes with a VCR player, it's awesome. It's like so retro if you grew up during that time period. I don't know, because that's what we always used to do, right? We used to play. Yeah, no, people have them, see, Benny, for like, $25, $30, $50. I haven't gotten around. Oat Milk's still got his VHS collection. That's wicked, dude. Yeah, dude, it's going to be so cool to see Michael Keaton return as Batman. I am most excited. This is the most excited I've been to see a new movie since like some of the X-Men movies finished off. I'm really excited to see Michael Keaton return as Batman. That is going to be so cool, dude, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I don't like Power Rangers anymore. And no judgment to anyone who does. I know that there's Black Nerd Comedy, for example. He likes turtles too, so respect. Okay, he's super nerdy. He's basically like a Urkel character, modern day. So I see what he's doing. It's a good idea. It's a really good idea. He's basically like a modern day Urkel. It's cool. I'm down with the turtles. I get all that. That's cool. Mario and stuff. A little bit. No, not really. A lot, tiny little bit Mario, but not really. I didn't even like Mario in the 90s. I always thought Mario was like gay or something. But as far as Power Rangers, I say no to Power Rangers, but I don't judge you if you do like the Power Rangers. Some of the figures are cool. I'll give you that. The Lightning Collection's pretty sweet, and Super 7 and stuff. And Jason David Frank was pretty cool. MMA fights and stuff. I think he won his fights too. Most of them anyway. I haven't seen them all, but that's pretty cool. So what'd you guys say here about the retro shit? I love it. Did you see a new Evil Dead movie? No, I didn't see that, Chris. Is there a new Evil Dead movie coming out? I don't know. I like the Ash vs. Evil Dead, the series, but I feel like I've seen enough of it now. I don't know if it'd be really that funny at this point. I'm kind of like, I think I've had enough of Evil Dead stuff for a while after Ash vs. Evil Dead. Not watching The Flash. Ezra Miller doesn't deserve our support. Who's Ezra Miller? I don't even know who that is, actually. But I want to see Michael Keaton, so I got to watch The Flash. I got to see Michael Keaton Batman. I have to see it at some point. I'm not going to miss my child's birth to go see it, because I think it's the day after. You guys know how expected delivery works. It may not be that day she goes into labor. It'll be around that time, give or take, I don't know, a few weeks or something, let's say. So any point during that time. I'm not going to miss the birth of my child to go watch The Flash, Michael Keaton, Batman. But I have thought about it. Okay, no. No. I have considered it. No, I consider it. It's not happening. Anyway, let's see. OG Rangers. I don't know, man. Are any of you guys into Power Rangers? Am I offending you if you still like Power Rangers? Give me a comment if you still like Power Rangers. It's okay. I'm not judging. I still like Turtles. I've always liked Turtles. So I'm not judging you. Just give me a comment. I want to see, are there any It's Morphin' Time? I don't know. What do they do? It's Morphin' Time, right? Although I do like, did they have the Black Ranger who was actually black? Like he was actually African American and he was the Black Ranger? Was the Yellow Ranger Asian? I don't remember this. Okay, is that true? Somebody help me out with this. Was the Black Ranger played by a black guy? And was the Yellow Ranger played by an Asian girl? Did that happen? Or is that just in my mind? I can't remember. Did that happen, or is that just in my mind? Somebody help me out here. I'm not a Power Rangers guy. I don't know. Is that just in my mind? Did I make that up? I'm pretty sure the Black Ranger was black. Okay, I know that. I know that for a fact, all right? Don't screw with me on stream, you chat. I trust you guys, all right? Don't you lie to me in chat, all right? Because I need you guys to back me. I am not a Power Ranger expert by any means of the imagination. Okay, yes, the Black Ranger is black for sure. Okay, yes, ding. Got it. That was correct. What about the Yellow Ranger? Am I wrong? Was she not Asian? Am I wrong about this? I'm correct about the Black Ranger, and the Yellow Ranger was Asian. Yes! The White Ranger was white. Yes. And he's dead too. Love it. I love it. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. See, this is 90s logic, okay? 90s logic. The Black Ranger was black, the Yellow Ranger was Asian, and the White Ranger was white. Okay. Any questions? No. Okay. Too much fun. Let's switch the topic. But I knew it. I knew I was right. I knew my memory was not wrong in this one. I knew it. But it doesn't fit perfectly because the Red Ranger was not Aboriginal, right? He was not Native Indian. So it wasn't a redskin. So it doesn't exactly work, but it's pretty close. We could just say that maybe they couldn't find one because their population is not that big, and so they gotta kind of look really carefully for one, right? Couldn't find one in casting. So yeah, Power Rangers. That was 90s logic for Power Rangers. Yeah. Blue Beetle. I don't know. I got the action figure of Blue Beetle. Stevie O Cowbell says Power Rangers are still cool. That's cool, bro. That's cool. And then Daryl Dixon schools me that the Yellow Ranger died in an accident while filming. Oh, that sucks, dude. That sucks. Was she driving or was she a passenger in the car? And I was gonna say a joke, but it's like highly racist, so I'm not gonna say it. It's like, was she driving? Was there something that came up like in her? Okay, all right, let's move on. Robert Frank 615 says there wouldn't be a White Ranger if they did a Power Ranger 2023 remake. That's not allowed anymore. Yeah, it's true. No, it's absolutely true, right? They'd have to scramble all the colors, Rob. In the 90s, the Black Ranger was black, the Yellow Ranger was yellow, and the White Ranger was white. Now they'd have to make the White Ranger would be black because it's got to be woke, right? So let's redo this to 2023 standards. The White Ranger would be black. The Yellow Ranger would be the Yellow Ranger could be like could be white, and then you'd have the White Ranger or the which other one we got? The Black Ranger would have to be maybe make the Black Ranger Asian. Yeah, you just mix and match, right? You scramble, you scramble them up. That's it. Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. Yeah, Chris Butterakos got to bring in the diversity. Okay, Chris. Yeah, diversity. Yeah, I know. Diversity. I know. I know. I think it's morbid and all that stuff anyway. Let's not get into it. Let's stay with Power Rangers and Turtles and stuff. We don't get any trouble for that. So final verdict, Project Nerdvana on Last of Us. Final verdict on Last of Us. It was good. It had a good finish off. Thumbs up to the Last of Us team. It had a good finish off to the first season. I will probably review the finale at some point, and we'll check out season 2 when it happens, when they premiere it. I think so. It was pretty good, man. It was pretty good. Yeah, there you go. Rainbow Power Ranger. Oh, you got it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Oat Milk's got it. The Rainbow Power Ranger. And it'll be the leader of the team. Absolutely. All the colors. And it'll be LGBTQ plus approved. And it'll be the most powerful ranger of all. Absolutely. You got it. That's it. That's 2023 for you. You got it. Absolutely. Ant-Man 3 and Shazam 2. I mean, people like Blitz, you got to understand. If I'm tired of it, then obviously it's probably gone too far. Like with all the superhero movies, the Marvel and all the stuff, I mean, dude, they made like so many movies, the different shows, and they're all not that good. They're like mediocre and stuff. Yeah, they took it really far with the Marvel stuff. Ant-Man 3? Should Ant-Man get a 3? No, I don't think so. Shazam 2. Shazam 1 wasn't that good. It was just okay. So to do a Shazam 2 is like, it's not going to really work. They've just done so many movies, you know. Even if they did a Black Adam 2, like they got Shazam, if they did a Black Adam 2, I wouldn't watch it. I might watch it later, like you know, a year later or something. I wouldn't watch it right away. Even they did Suicide Squad with Harley Quinn, right? They did the first one, was good. And yeah, they should do another, they should get Keaton to do a Batman 89 style movie with like Two-Face or a different villain. That'd be sweet. That would sell. People would go see that. I tell you right now. They do this Flash movie with Michael Keaton returning, and then Michael Keaton gets his own movie as Batman back in that universe, the 89 verse. That's money, baby. That's money. I'll go see that the opening day for sure. That's money. That will work for DC. But you know, I don't know. Shazam, I don't know why anyone would make a Shazam 2. That's obviously a one-shot deal. You don't get to have a Shazam 2. You do Shazam 1, and you're done. One and done. You know, you shouldn't make multiple. I don't know, man. That's stretching, like, your audience. Like, you're asking a lot to try to do a Shazam 2 or 3 or an Ant-Man 3. You're asking a whole hell of a lot to see if you can get an Ant-Man 3 going there. You better have something really good in mind. Otherwise, no, man. I am so tired of the Marvel shit, dude. I really am. I used to love the Marvel stuff, like when X-Men was coming out and Avengers just started. When Avengers just started and you got to see, like, you know, the Avengers movie, the second one, the hype, and then by the time you got to, like, Endgame and stuff, it was like, oh, man, this has been going for a long time. Yeah, it wore off like everything else. Yeah, a good Robin would be good. Oat milk, that's true. We've never really seen that. A Nightwing would be cool. Aren't they doing? There's a Titans. That's a show, right? There's the Titans show on DC subscription, isn't there? I think it's ending too. It's in its last season coming up too. And there's a pretty good Robin slash Nightwing in that one. I forget the guy's name who plays it. Brenton, something like that. He plays a pretty good Robin in that one. They could have done something with the Robin that was at the end of the Nolan-verse Batman, but they decided not to. So, whatever. They switched to the Batman, which I freaking hate the new Batman, dudes. I gotta be honest with you. Robert fucking sparkly vampire Pattinson as Batman just sucks, dude. It sucks hard, man. It's just not, and didn't they like race swap Catwoman and make her black too? It's like, this sucks, dude. This fucking sucks. This sucks. This sucks. Anyway, at some point, maybe they'll come to their, at some point they'll start using the spongy tissue between their ears and try to serve the market again instead of pushing, communist woke agendas on everybody and stuff. Yeah. Oh, well, whatever. It's cool. I'm not too big of a fan anymore of stuff. But the new Turtles movie should be fun. I'm excited for the new Turtles movie. That should be great. And the Flash movie should be awesome as well, too. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's true, Justin. That's true. The Walking Dead did go on a long time, too, consistently throughout. And it has, the audience has definitely shrunk a lot for that, too. I still enjoy the Walking Dead universe a lot. I still enjoy Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon a lot for that universe, too, the Game of Thrones, Westeros universe. I enjoy the Nolan-verse. I'd like to see more Nolan Batman movies. Would be great. 89 verse is awesome. Really love that. And let's see. I like the X-Men verse still from Marvel, and I still like the Avengers verse for the Avengers movies. But it's the offshoot movies that I'm like, I wouldn't take time to go see it. Not at all. I wouldn't take time to go see it. Also, the Justice League movies for me were a huge disappointment. I love Justice League, the animated series. I think it's one of the best animated series ever made. And I love Justice League, and I think it should be one of the best, and the movies for it were like, Justice League was okay. That's about it. It wasn't nearly as good as I thought it would be in my mind. I thought in my mind it would be like really, really amazing. And the movie for Justice League was just okay. And yeah, I watched the other cut, the longer cut, and I thought, it's just okay for me. It's weird, man. Like when I was younger, I loved all the superhero stuff. I could watch all the superhero stuff for hours and hours. Whatever they released, I could watch it eventually, and I would always like it. And then, I don't know, these last couple of years, with some of the superhero movie pump all the time, I just got burned out on it. I'm like, oh yeah, I understand. So I understand if some people are like that for Walking Dead or Game of Thrones, Westeros, House of Dragon, or some of the other series too. I got like that for Star Wars also. I used to love Star Wars, but then they did Mandalorian and stuff, and I'm like, this is okay. It's all right. But I haven't kept up with it. I've fell off. There's too much content. Like there's too many things on all the streaming platforms. Because nowadays you have all the streaming platforms and you have all the movies like old school. You got all kinds of video games. You got YouTube, you got BitChute, you got Twitch, you got all the different services, TikTok and all the different stuff. It's just about impossible to keep up with everything. Even if you were like an overtime worker trying to keep up with all the different universes and stuff, you wouldn't be able to do it. So, So anyway, we all pick things we like and things we don't. I used to really love all the Marvel stuff and DC stuff, and unfortunately nowadays I'm just like, I'd almost rather read the comics or watch the animated series or the cartoons instead. A lot of times that's how it feels to me. I just don't like the communist wokeism stuff. Like, I understand it if it's natural and it just happens, but once it's agenda-based and it's being forced and pushed on purpose, and it's like, that's not cool. It's like, do it if it's natural, but don't have an agenda about it to do this whole thing and push this when the people you're pushing it on don't really want it. Like the new Little Mermaid and the other stuff. I'm not going to make videos complaining about it in, in specifics, but just because we're on a stream now, I don't mind saying I don't like it. I think you should stay true to the characters, and if you don't want to do that, maybe create new characters and new movies. Is what it is. But anyway, it gets at a point though too. Everything gets watered down after a point. After you've done 40 Marvel movies, it starts to lose its impact for the 50th Marvel movie. If you've done 40 DC or 30 or 20 DC movies, each one starts to lose their impact a bit over time. So that's just what happens. That's how it works. And the more you do, the it kind of gets watered down. That's the same thing with everything. It just gets watered down. That's what happens. So I finished Last of Us season 1. I liked it. I thought that the ending was really good. I really liked the last 2 episodes. Really great. We might do some reviews for it, like individual video reviews, not in a stream. Like I might do an actual review for the last couple episodes. So yeah, we'll see what the future for Last of Us has in store. But just like watering down, there's so many things with Last of Us that make me feel like I'm sort of watching Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead or, an episode of something Walking Dead. Just that there's like less zombies, there's the fungus, mutant stuff. And it feels very familiar. And I think the comment I got from Neil said that they base the group in the last couple episodes, like the last 2, like maybe was it 7 and 8, the cannibal group in Last of Us. I think that he said that they based that off of like Fear the Hunters, something like that. I'll grab his comments later, and we can take a look at it. But I like The Last of Us. It just felt a little bit maybe too familiar in some ways, and a little bit like lacking as far as the roster goes. But aside from that, I thought the finish off to the first season was really great. Yeah, we could do that. We could do a season review for the first season. Yeah. So but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So what did you guys say here? Rob Frank said, have they ever race swapped and made a traditional black character into a white character? No. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Rob. No, because that's not part of the plan. The plan is to go the other way. Even in the new Turtles cartoon, they made April black. They switched April O'Neil they made her black in the new cartoon. It's called Rise of TMNT. There's even Scooby-Doo. They took some of the characters, like Shaggy, I think, in the new Scooby-Doo. They made him black in the new Scooby-Doo. So this is what they're doing. Should they be doing it? I say no, not at all. I think it's awful. I think it's terrible. I don't think you should do that. Because, you can add on additional characters all you want. I don't care. Like, you take the original crew that you got for Scooby-Doo, and if you want to add on another character, go ahead, add them on. I don't care about that. But to swap them is different. Even in Black Adam, you take Hawkman. Hawkman is a traditional, jacked up, Aryan, alien Hawkman character. He's like shirtless, he's jacked, he's, strong, and one of the coolest DC characters. And I've never seen him interpreted. I've never seen a version of Hawkman. Maybe I didn't look close enough. Maybe there is one in comics. But I don't remember ever seeing Hawkman as being black. But if you look at Black Adam, that's what they did. They took him as a character and they made him black. I think they also did like a slave thing in Black Adam. I was like, oh my God. I don't know. I just like once agenda goes into it, I have to back off and be like, I'm not going to watch. I don't really want to watch this because, I want to go in to enjoy entertainment. I don't want to have, communist agenda pieces pushed at me while I'm watching it. I just want to watch a fun show and that's it. And you can see that like Netflix and Disney and a lot of the others, they're not doing very well in terms of numbers. So it tells you that a lot of people don't like this current direction that they're taking. I really don't like it. And it's not that I have anything against any of those characters, but I would never expect to see Black Panther come out as a white guy, as an Aryan guy. I would never expect to see an Aryan Black Panther. Maybe as a villain or something, maybe, but as the hero, it would just never, unthinkable that would ever happen. But that's what they're doing with, a lot of the characters and stuff. So, oh well, whatever, who cares? It's what it is. You know, I don't know. They want to do that, so that's, you know, I mean, if you're running the thing and you want to put your money into it, invest money into, you know, making these types of series or movies or whatever, and you want to pump them out there, Godspeed. But if people don't like it, then, you know, you're going to lose money, and I think that's what's happening. They're losing money. Yeah, he might have been oat milk. I don't care if he was or he wasn't. I just think that you know, you should stay true to the original characters. They sort of did it with Aquaman too, though, right? If you look at Aquaman, Aquaman is a classic Aryan character. He has blonde hair lighter than mine. That's the version, that's the character, and they put in Jason Momoa for him. I like Jason Momoa. He's in Game of Thrones. He's an awesome actor. That's a different version of Aquaman. It's not exactly the one I grew up watching in cartoon series. So it's what it is. Some people don't care about this if they do swap, you know, characters, because at the end of the day, it's all entertainment anyway. So most people don't care. I'm more understanding of all the agenda pieces and how all these things fit together behind the scenes, because I know all this stuff from so many years of doing this and everything and research of how this all fits together, and that it actually is an agenda. It actually is a plan to do this, is what they're doing. So it's not happenstance. That's the thing to understand. It's not accidental, and it's not happenstance. They're doing it on purpose. They're deliberately doing it. And unless they get pushback, they're going to keep doing it. So I'm happy to see they're getting a ton of pushback, probably more than they thought they would. So they're going to have to backpedal, at least a little bit. Now, if they don't backpedal and they continue doing it anyway, well, you know, people are going to probably stop buying their stuff and stop subscribing to their Disney Pluses and everything else, and they're going to lose a lot of money. That's what's going to, and that's what is happening now. They're losing a lot of money. So it's what it is. I don't, you know, it's not something for me that I feel like I'm going to go out and, you know, make targeted videos, you know, addressing and stuff. I get into little fights with the wokers sometimes because some people like it. But you have to understand, too, that most people are so washed, they just like whatever the system does. Whatever the system does and says is good or bad or this or that, whatever they do, most of the zombies will march to the authorities' deal. Whatever they say. Whatever they say, most people will zombie along and do exactly what they're told and like it. Right? They'll like it too. Not only will they do it, they'll do it voluntarily because they like it. So once you understand what's happening and why they're doing it, why they want to do it, the motives behind it as well, that they're not exactly benevolent. They're not doing it. They pretend like they're doing it for a benevolent reason, but they're actually not. It's completely the opposite. They're doing it for control, for societal control, and controlling different groups is really the key to why they're doing that. So, you know, it's all good, but I just want, like, when I'm watching Flash or a different series or Walking Dead or whatever, I just want to enjoy the series. I don't want to be bombarded with woke agenda pieces. You see what I mean? I just want to watch the entertainment. I don't want to be, like, you know, looking at this and being like, hey, you know, they did this and did that. Why did they do that? Is that going to be good for profit? Do they think their target audience is going to want to see that? They must know that that's not the case. So, you know, what's going on here? And the answer is pretty obvious. Yeah. So that's what it is. But anyway, I've done some videos on wokers, but, you know, I mean, I'm not going to make the whole channel about that. You know, it's not that fun either, right? Like, it's not, you know, it's not enjoyable. That's the thing. And I don't really want to fight with people too much, you know, like with the big wigs in Hollywood and entertainment and everything, you know, their MTV and all their shit. You know, like MTV was started by Sumner Redstone, for example. So, you know, it's like, yeah, you kind of know what they want to do with it. It's kind of obvious, but it's like, okay, fine, whatever. But I'll just like watch the stuff I like, and whatever other stuff I don't like, I just block it out. So what I do is, like with the new Turtles, instead of making like videos where I'm ranting about them race swapping April O'Neil, I just don't watch it. I watch the older version. That's what I do. I just watch the classic Turtles, the 80s Turtles, you know, maybe the 2002 and the movies and all that stuff. That's what I like. So I just watch that, you know, because I don't like the modern stuff. But then again, a lot of people are younger, like teenagers and stuff, so they don't have like a baseline to work from. So they don't know any difference, right? They don't understand that what's happening. They really don't get it. It's over their heads, right? So they don't see or understand that there's agenda pieces baked right into these movies. Take, for example, the bleak Joker movie, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie. I hated it. I didn't like it at all. Everybody else loved it, but I was like, oh, this is awful. I really didn't like it. But yeah, everybody else liked it. So I like the Dark Knight Heath Ledger Joker. I like the Jack Nicholson Joker. If I don't like the new Joker, I just don't make videos about it. That's what I do. Because I didn't like it. I watched it. I was like, I don't like this. This is like dreadful and so bleak and so dark. I don't like it at all. It feels dirty to watch it. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. So anyway, that's it. We each have our own interests for what we like and what we don't, and that's cool. So it depends what you like. I do think that Joaquin Phoenix was really great in movies like Gladiator and stuff like that, right? So he's a great actor and everything. I just don't like his Joker because I like a different type of Joker, which is more happy-go-lucky and kind of not so, why so serious, but not so serious in that way, kind of different way. Yeah. What else did you say here? Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Josh Schubiner. Yeah, Jess is doing great. She's at about 6 months now, so she's doing really good and healthy and lots of vitamins and all good foods and all the good stuff. So she's doing great, man. Just resting a lot right now and kind of prepping, getting ready for June. Yeah, that's mostly what it is. Yeah, some workouts, go for walks and stuff like that, and that's it. Chris Butterakos. Yeah, try to cancel you not playing on. It's true, Chris. I got striked once already because I was kind of talking about the woke stuff, and that spilled into people calling each other NAZIs. And then I tried to explain what NAZIs actually are to begin with, and then YouTube striked me for it and banned me for a week. So I'm back now. It's okay. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You even see it on YouTube also. And it's like as if I don't know that on YouTube they are giving people a push based on their ethnicity, based on their sexual orientation. That behind the scenes, YouTube is pushing people and pushing, like, promoting certain channels and demoting other channels the same way as Hollywood and TV is promoting certain, individuals and people based on identity politics. So it's really nasty, It even spills over from Hollywood and that into YouTube and into internet, and then maybe even into like video games too, Magic the Gathering cards. It spills into all these other things with the woke stuff. It's like, wow. And, but it's not within our locus of control. We just have to do the best we can with the work that we're doing. And in terms of entertainment and spending, I don't spend money on stuff I don't like. So if I don't support, what Disney is doing or another company's doing, or go see the movies or whatever, that's how I don't. I think you vote with your dollar too, right? Like in terms of entertainment and shows and stuff that you pay for. If you pay for it, that's like voting for it, right? So if you stop paying for something, or you don't buy it, that tells the company that no more of this, do that. The tricky part is that when you go into communism, they start not really caring about what makes money, and they start doing other things like green stuff and other governance type promotion instead of stuff that just simply makes money. So it's sort of like, one of the criticisms of capitalism is capitalists only care about money, which they don't care about environmental damage and stuff like that, or whatever is done as a result of capitalism. It's interesting how sometimes you have something which seems like it's a rule or it's kind of true, but then in real life currently we sort of see the reverse of that. They've sort of taken that green stuff, which has a good point on its face, we should be able to run businesses and operate in life without destroying the earth. I agree, we should. But they sort of the communists kind of take that. They take sort of that emotion and that altruistic benevolence that people have in their mind, and they sort of flip it upside down and contort it. Like they sort of take that and they use it to their advantage to push more control and agenda pieces for themselves. So it's quite evil. It's almost evil beyond belief, because what they're doing is they're taking things that appeal to your emotion and your altruism, that you do agree that capitalists, only care about profits, so you got to bring in some controls. But you kind of want to see that done in a way that has a ring of truth and altruism to it when they bring in these controls. You don't want to see them use that appeal to altruism and that appeal to emotion to push agenda pieces because they themselves, I don't know, prefer a certain group of subjects over here versus this subject group over here, because this one's easier to control than this one, and this one's more disagreeable than this one. So you promo that one and take out that one of the spotlight, So, sometimes our system is like, the level of evil is almost beyond normal comprehension, because it uses positive emotionality as a weapon in the mind against people to push even worse agendas underneath it. You see what I mean? So it's pretty tricky, right? Like because they kind of get you going in a way, because on one hand you say, it can't all be about profits and money and people paying for stuff they like. We have to do this and that and whatever. And to a degree, you're like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, you have to make sure you don't dump this hazardous waste in a place where animal life is living. And you're like, yeah, I agree, 100%. Definitely shouldn't do that. But then they take that altruism that you have, they take that and they use it for other stuff, which is in a fraudulent kind of way. You see what I mean? So they sort of, it's like exponential evil almost, right? Because it's like evil raised to a value in terms of mathematics. It's like evil further, because at the surface level it all sounds good, and you don't realize that underneath that it's actually being done for completely different reasons than what people perceive it as. So that's a little deeper, right? So okay. Anyway, Mike Regala, we're doing good. Love it. Thanks for the good wishes. Hey, Duke Chronic, how you doing, man? What's up? How's it going? And Blitz, if you hate superhero stuff so much, I used to love it, man. I used to love it. No, I can't wait to see Michael Keaton as Batman. I can't wait to see it. But what I do is I do bash videos on like the Batman, because I really don't like it at all and stuff like that. But I'm excited to see Flash. What I'm saying is that I love superhero movies. I hate woke agenda in superhero movies. That's what I'm saying. I want to see superhero movies that are, reflective of the original comic book source material, particularly in terms of identity politics. I want to see characters the same as they were in the comics, especially in terms of identity and ethnicity. I definitely want to see that. I don't want to see them switching it to, woke stuff. That I don't like. I'm not a fan of. You see what I mean? I'm really excited for the Flash, because I don't see much in that. Maybe they gender swapped Superman to make it Supergirl or Superwoman or whatever. So they did woke a little bit in the Flash. They took Superman, who in the comic version of Flashpoint is Superman, and they gender swapped it to Supergirl or whatever. So, all right. I mean, I don't really like. I'd rather Superman, but okay, you don't want to have the actor who plays Superman come back, because they're even mad at him now, Cavill, right? So they're not going to have him in it. It'd be better if he was in it, but if he's not, okay, whatever. Have Supergirl in it, I guess. It's a little woke, whatever. It's not too bad. It's because Superman is not the focal character in that, and they got Keaton as Batman, so they're good to go. You see what I'm saying? You got me. So that's it. Boogeyman, that'd be a good one to see. I like it. Superhero's a character, but she's not the character in Flashpoint in the story. In the comic book version, it's Superman, so they woke swapped it to Supergirl. You see what they did. In the comic book version in Flashpoint, Superman is there, and they gender swapped the character to Supergirl. So they use Supergirl, Superwoman instead of Superman. So it's a little woke. Okay. Now, if she's gay or something, that's even better. That makes it even more woke points, right? So it's all a point system. It's like what can you do for the woke stuff to make somebody female, emasculated, preferably gay, or whatever, and maybe a minority at the same time, right? Ethnic minority at the same time. It's like the more of those you cross off, the more woke points you get, right? So it's like, oh, you went from a masculine male to a female. Okay, 1 point, right? You went from female and she's gay to 2 points, 2 woke points. You went from straight to gay and from male to female, and you went from white to a Asian or something, or whatever, or mixed or something. 3 points, 3 woke points. So you see what I mean? It's a point. It's literally, you could literally say it's a woke point system, where as you swap, you get woke points, communist woke points for each thing you swap for. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Yeah. Let's see. Yes, that's right. James W's got it exactly. Yeah, he was skinny because they had him in captivity under red sun light. So Superman got really weak because he was kept in captivity with red light in the comic book version. That's right. So it wasn't that he was actually doing crack. I understand what you mean. But yeah, that's what it was. So they swapped it. So again, that's what they're doing. That's what it is. It's not an accident. If you notice that that's happening, you're not going crazy. They're doing it on purpose. It's woke point system. That's what it's communism. It's part of communism. Wokeism is a subsection of communism. So that's what they're doing. And yes, it's on purpose. It's not on accident at all. No. Yeah, check all the boxes and you get a promo. That's what it is, Chris. You get promoed if you check the boxes. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, James W. Jack Nicholson did an incredible job as Joker in '89. I agree 100%. I still love his Joker, even to this day. It's absolutely amazing. Would he be allowed to do that now, something like that? Well, maybe. It's really, really awesome. So anyway, it's all positive stuff. I'm excited to see, the Flash movie. It's going to be awesome with Michael Keaton returning. That's the point. Yeah, that's the point. Oh yeah, didn't they make the girl in Last of Us gay too? That was one of the episodes, wasn't it? You see what I mean? You guys get what I'm saying here? Like why? Just why? Like why you guys got to do? Why do you do this? What's wrong with you? Like why do you think this is a good thing? Like have you lost your minds? No, it's because they know that it's not for benevolence. That's not why they're doing this. There's other motivations underneath that for why the culture creators, the behavioral scientists, and the people that are responsible for culture creation are doing this. That's why. There's other reasons for it. It's just stupid though, if you ask me. I think it's really stupid. Anyway, yeah. And what Rob said earlier is absolutely right. They're never gonna swap it back the other way. I can't think of a single time where you see it go the other way. At all. Not really. Someone would have to. It's probably happened, but someone's got to point it out for me. When have you seen them recently in the last 3 to 4 years swap the other way? I can't think of it. I really can't think of even one example. There's got to be one or two, but I just can't. I can't think about it. I can't think of one. Yeah, the anime player. I was disappointed with the Game of Thrones ending. I'm still disappointed with it. I've always been disappointed with it. Even some of the people, like that video got like almost 100,000 views or something. Even the people who are involved with Game of Thrones, I'm sure some of them are aware that a lot of us as fans. I think George R.R. Martin even addressed this in an interview and stuff. A lot of people were disappointed with the Game of Thrones ending. It's all right, whatever. That's the route they chose to go with it. That's what they chose to do with it. And by the way, they're making a Jon Snow spin-off series as well. So HBO is finally, I did some videos on this as well. It was my suggestion that they do a Jon Snow spin-off series. Maybe they bring Daenerys back as a Night Queen where she's like, an undead White Walker type thing. I think that would be awesome. So it'd be really cool to see something like that. We'll see what they do, but it'll be great to see that. Finally, they've kind of come to their come to their senses, I think, and done something really good with that. But House of the Dragon's good too as well. So yeah, the ending was awful. It was really terrible. Unfortunately, Mike, like to end wokeness will be really hard because it has political agenda pieces as part of it. If you look at even Biden and the people, what is this press secretary, the lady with the umbrella haircut, the black lesbian lady, she's got the umbrella haircut. That lady, I don't even know her name. I don't care, to be honest. But, they're pushing all the woke stuff, the woke shit everywhere. It's all everywhere. It's just smear woke shit all over the place, That's what it is. So it's annoying. I don't like it. I mean, I wish they would knock it off, but they're not going to. It's obvious that this is what they're going to go with. This is what they want to do. They're willing to pay for it. So, okay, man, you pay for wokeness. If it costs you whatever, tens of billions, hundreds of billions of dollars for wokeness, you go ahead and do that. That's fine. But, the thing about it is, too, is like, if a big war breaks out, you kind of want to have your masculine guys ready to go, that are not sissies and are not woke. You kind of want them ready in case there's a war, right? And it's like, I guess they're not concerned about that. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, what is it? What do you guys say? We'll wrap up soon here, dudes. We're at an hour and a half, so it's pretty good. John Doe says, seriously, I live by where they're filming Rick and Michonne series right now. Anyone know how I can be an extra? I don't know. Maybe go and start asking people, John. See what you can do as far as that goes. A lot of people came back, dude, after the 2-year break for Game of Thrones. It seemed to not kill it. It was really took them a long time to do all the dragon stuff. You can understand. Yeah. It depends what you like, Darcy. If you liked Joaquin's Joker, that's fine. I thought it was bleak, depressing, and kind of whiny. So that's why I don't like my Joker like that. But it depends, whatever you like. To each their own for villains and stuff. That's cool. No problem. Gigadeath says, wokeism is nothing more than social Marxism. Exactly right. It's exactly what it is. They did the exact same thing in the Soviet Union when they were overturning it and coming in, infiltrating it, and doing everything they were doing there. That's where terms like, racism, for example, that's where that was coined in. That was Lenin and the Soviet Union. Was that pre-World War II? Yeah, like around that time. Yeah, was when they started doing that. And they do it like great, almost even more now than they probably did then. Because it's everywhere now. It's like, wow, crazy. Adam says Kat Stark was kind of a Night Queen in the books. You're right. That's true. That's pretty good. Are the books done yet? Did he finish those and release all those? I fell off. I haven't even kept up with A Song of Ice and Fire. Does anyone know if A Song of Ice and Fire has been finished now? The book version? I'd be interested to see how he finished it off. Maybe it'll be similar. I don't know. Project Nerdvana. After what they did with Henry Cavill and all the nonsense you mentioned, I completely switched off from everything. It's exhausting. I agree, dude. Henry Cavill is a great actor. He's one of the best actors of our time. He's fantastic as Superman. He's awesome as Witcher. He's an incredible actor. So I don't know what their problem is with him. I mean, you're right. It's exhausting, man. It's exhausting. I make videos about it somewhat, and it's just like, oh man, it's so frustrating. Thanks for the super chat there, Rob Frank 615 says, love the streams. Keep preaching the truth. Like-minded individuals need to stick together. I agree. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it, man. And I hope everything is good with you and your, after your surgery and stuff. You can follow up. Let me know. I'd be interested to hear. Are you lifting again? Is your body okay and everything after you had that surgery? What was that, last year or the year before? Recently, anyway. Dude says, if Game of Thrones ended in 2017, it would have been different. Yeah, it could have been. It could have been really cool, but they wanted to do all the Daenerys dragon stuff, and that took a long time to do the graphics for and everything. The CG for it took a long time to do. Hell on Wheels was pretty good. Ray of Sunshine, I agree, not bad. Yep. Blitz says the big advantages shows like The Last of Us and Game of Thrones have over Walking Dead is budget. I agree. AMC needs to start putting down more money to these shows. Well, they put a good amount, but HBO puts a lot. But it's a different deal because HBO has a high price subscription, AMC Prime or AMC Plus is cheaper than Game of Thrones HBO. I think HBO subscription's like more money. I'm pretty sure. Awesome, man. Happy for you there, Rob. That's great, dude. Happy to hear you're back to working on everything and that your health is back, man. That's fantastic. Sorry to hear about your dog there, Anime Playa. That sucks, man. But thanks for watching and thanks for your support. I'm glad you like the videos. Let's see, what you guys say here? Adam says, I love that Walking Dead is limited to what happened pre-2010, so no whiny stuff about Trump CRT or make up genders. Yeah, I know, right? It's a time warp. I feel like Adam, when 2020 happened and there was the shutdowns, lockdowns, and all the stuff, we entered into a time warp. And after the time warp, everybody is gay and and LGBTQ plus and not Aryan, not Caucasian, right? So that's what it is now. You know, it's funny about the media. Like, if you watch commercials, you watch advertisements, and you watch different shows, you'd swear sometimes that you were living in a different country. You'd swear that you were not in the United States. You were living in like some Northern African country or somewhere. You'd swear you were, because you'd be like, why every commercial? It's every commercial. What is happening here? This just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, whatever. Let's not get into it. It's whatever. Okay, so Random Die says, there another Walking Dead coming out? Yep. There's the Rick and Michonne spinoff. There's 4 series: Fear the Walking Dead, Walking Dead Dead City, Walking Dead Daryl spinoff. So yeah, there's 4. Yep. Oh yeah, that's true, dude. Chronic. Merle's quote in episode 2 of The Walking Dead. Imagine nowadays, that would never be in a show now. Not in the way. Doesn't he call him the N-word too? I think he does. That would never be in a show now. Like, are you kidding me? that would not fly at all, dude. Which I don't condone that either. Like, I'm just saying, I don't condone that kind of stuff either. I don't condone, that type of thing either. But I just don't think that every commercial should be featuring a minority group that represents about 13% of the overall population of the United States. And they happen to be in every commercial all the time. Why, the reasons for them doing this it's so weird. It's just so odd that they're doing this. It's like, why are you doing it? It's so weird, dude. The whole thing is completely manufactured. Anyway, let's not get into it. I've done whole streams on this. Let's not do it. Merle's line would never fly today. Never. Yeah. And the show was so good, just telling the story. Just like a normal story or whatever. It's really awesome, man. That's right. So it's locked in stone. Like, my favorite classics are still there. I love Walking Dead. I can always watch that. I love the first, most seasons of Game of Thrones. Can always watch that. And can always watch older movies, 80s, 90s, 2000s. And then it starts to drift into, but definitely last few years, wokeism on steroids for sure. Yeah, absolutely. HBO. Well, I don't know, Pantera. I thought that HBO's Game of Thrones ending was not quality. Not in terms of storytelling. I thought that the storytelling for the wrap-up of Game of Thrones was dumpster fire. That's what I thought. So it's up to you what you mean by quality, but I thought Walking Dead's ending was way better quality than Game of Thrones ending. I thought Game of Thrones ending was dumpster fire. It was dragon fire. Okay, it was an old school shit pit or whatever they're using to go to the bathroom with dragon's fire. Okay, Daenerys, dragon's fire is a steaming pile of Westeros shit. That's what I thought Game of Thrones ending was. I thought Walking Dead's ending a million times better. You got to see Rick come back. Daryl rides off. They don't kill everybody. It's a happy ending. You feel good that you watched the show. It doesn't make you feel bleak and nihilistic and, doom-ridden. I thought it was great. Absolutely great. Nothing wrong with a happy ending sometimes, Sometimes you need that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Merle's, there's people out there like Merle, though. You know what I mean? Like, in real life, at least there used to be. Nowadays, I don't know. But there's people out there just like Merle. from the South and stuff, for sure there is. Definitely. so I felt like, I mean, I'm not condoning what he says in the episode. I'm just saying it would never happen now. That's for sure. They never air that episode now. They would cut it from the episode, even if they filmed it. They would not air it. They would cut it out before they air the episode for sure. Yeah, binge watch got in 2 weeks. Yeah, it's great. It really is great. Awesome series for sure. Yeah. Season 5, Nirvana, second half of season 5 of Fear was really bad. Yeah. The first few seasons were really good, though. They weren't bad at all. What are your expectations for Scope of Dead City, says Blitz? Pretty good. We get to see a lot of New York or AMC cheap out again. It should be pretty good. It should be pretty damn good. But how much of it, I don't know. It'll probably be... But even Last of Us didn't show that much. They show the start on HBO, The Last of Us, the start to the breakdown of the world, and then they skipped it all right after, halfway through the episode. So I think Dead City could be really great. Definitely, I think that Walking Dead AMC has the best zombies ever done. They have the best zombies ever, man. Really cool. Even like Last of Us is fungus, mutant creatures, clickers, zombies and stuff. I don't really like the Last of Us fungus creatures as much. What's up, Jake? How you doing, man? Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Much love to you and your family. Really, really appreciate it. The Walking Dead had a great ending, man. It had a really, really, really great ending. If you got a topic or question you want to send through, Jake, feel free to send it. I'll wait for you if you want to do it. Well, we'll wrap up soon. We're almost at 2 hours, so we'll wrap up at about the 2-hour mark. That's pretty good for a good long stream to catch up on stuff. Dr. Dess, my problem with ending The Walking Dead is the keeping the whole of the CRM story. So Scott Gimple better bring it in the Rick and Michonne's show. Yeah, you can tell that with CRM they've been holding a lot back. Also, Woke Beyond dropped the ball, right? Like Woke Beyond, World Beyond really was not as good as we thought it was going to be. But again, see, that's the problem. Look at Woke Beyond. You have a gay Rick basically with Felix. You've got the kids there that are all right. But, look at where the focus is. The focus point of the characters is on a minority group, which is fine for people that are of the minority group. But who's your audience? You have to understand if your audience is 80% this way, you should have your lead characters represent the 80% of the audience and not the 10 or 20% of the audience that's there. You can have some representation for the 10 or 20% of the audience that's there, but at least have some representation for the 80% of your audience that's watching. You see, that's the problem with wokeism, why wokeism doesn't translate to profit. Wokeism does not make profit because you're spotlighting a percentage which is too small, which is not representative of your greater audience. Thanks again, Jake, who said, so Morgan will find Rick. Well, at least he's going to return to the location. Now, Rick probably won't be there, and maybe later on we could see it, but maybe later on what we'll see is Morgan and Grace and the others possibly in a Rick and Michonne episode, maybe. So maybe it'll go the other way around where you'll see them in... Maybe you'll see Morgan in the Rick and Michonne series later down the road. You see what I mean? So that could be really cool if they kind of switch it and you get to see Morgan and Rick reunite, but it'll be in the Rick and Michonne spinoff. Because Fear's ending this year, so I don't expect to see Rick have an appearance at Fear. No, I don't think so. I think they'll have a good ending to Fear, but then you'll see Morgan maybe in the Rick and Michonne spinoff series later on, or some of the characters, Daryl maybe, or somebody like that could be really cool. Yeah, Woke Beyond, it actually ruined Woke Beyond. Woke Beyond could have been pretty good. It could have been like a Stranger Things or whatever. But those lobbyist groups who come in and strong-arm AMC and strong-arm all the different studios into making, and Last of Us, for example, into making their characters have to be LGBTQ+, changing their race, ethnicities. It's like, wow, man, like, do you think that's going to translate to people wanting to watch your show if you change it to groups that are, because we know who the audience is for Walking Dead. We know who the audience is for Game of Thrones, right? Like it's us, and there's some people that are of different ethnicity to like it too. Okay, that's cool, no problem. But most gay people are not going to watch Walking Dead. It's zombies, it's gross, it's blood everywhere, it's guts everywhere. If you go to Game of Thrones with people getting their heads cut off and stuff like that, some people that are LGBTQ might like it, but most of the audience, that's not the audience for that. We're not talking about the Masked Singer or something, or I don't know. I can understand the audience for the Masked Singer is going to be different than Walking Dead or Game of Thrones. So you want to have characters that are representative of your viewing audience. You don't want to have, if you're on the Masked Singer, okay, you're going to have those type of guys. I understand that, and gals, and that's what it is. And we all understand that. But if you're going to be in Game of Thrones or Walking Dead or Last of Us or something, you kind of want to have, look at Last of Us. Last of Us is based on a video game, which is a male game. What percentage of the players in the game are female? Very few percent. There's only going to be, for the Last of Us video game, the people who play the video game, probably 95% are male players, 5% are female, right? That's it. So, you kind of have to speak to that demographic in your show when you're producing it. And, so that's what I'm saying. Well, thank you, Jake. Thank you for your support, man, and hope everything's great. And, so that's probably what we'll see is the one to watch anyway will probably be the Rick and Michonne spinoff. But, of course, we'll cover, all the different Walking Dead series when we get time and do some videos for them, however many videos that ends up being. Thanks again, Jake. I appreciate it. Okay, so no spinoff has been particularly good. Well, I don't know. It depends what you think. But World Beyond obviously was not that good. World Beyond did not work that well. But it isn't to say that, I think that I think Fear the Walking Dead had a great run of 8 years, 8 seasons, and it's done tons of episodes. So I think Fear the Walking Dead has had a really great run and was a success. If you don't agree, that's okay. I understand a lot of people don't, but that's what I'd say that it has and that it did. Even though its episodes get less than half the budget of the original series, probably. So it's smaller time what they can do, but I like it, so I think it's good. James W's got it right. They're gonna watch Bravo. That's right. They're gonna watch housewife type shows, Masked Singer, Dancing with the Stars. This is these are the demographics for this. You know what it is. We all know what it is. And so there's nothing wrong with that. If you have those shows represent and speak to their audience, their demographic, that makes sense, So that's what it is. But if you take, characters with Woke Beyond and you kind of make it that way, it's sort of I don't know. They somehow try to make it this is a cool thing to do, right? I won't say too much more. I want to say a bunch more, but I don't want to get striked or get in trouble and stuff. So we'll wait a while. Maybe during the summer, I'll kind of elaborate on why. I'll give you some possible motivations for the wokest agenda. Why this is pushed from the top down. Why they want to do it. There's other reasons. I think there's other reasons for it, which we'll get into later. It has to do with population control and stuff like this. And mostly control is the answer. I think to control it the way they want to spotlight these groups instead. And so it's a strategy. Anyway, we've done some videos on it. Maybe we'll get back into it later. The crazy guy 39 asked me to define woke. You kind of know what wokeism is. I mean, we all know what wokeism is. If you don't know what I mean by the term, it's a general term that I think everybody should know what it is. It's basically identity politics with respect to sexual orientation, ethnicity, and everything else. But really what it is it's a leg up it's a scoring system is really what it is. So at the top of the scoring system is people of a certain sexual orientation, a certain ethnicity, a certain background, and it works down to, and at the bottom would be the heteronormative representative of said country, male. So it basically would go at the bottom, you'll have your male who is representative of the country, let's say a national type of person who is representative of the country that, might be a few generations in. Like maybe you're a 10th generation American or you're a 5th generation American or a second generation American or whatever. And then you work your way up from there. Above that, a leg up on that's going to be the female national person who is born and native to the country. And then above that, you'll have those versions that are, either one of those, maybe a male but homosexual, right? And then a female homosexual. And then above that, you go to the other minority group ethnicities, which I guess we could sort by like, Latino, Asian, whatever. And then above that with obviously, right now, African American, Black, African Canadian, as maybe the top. And then the very highest woke score would be for somebody who is that, but also homosexual at the same time, right? So, or maybe bisexual or whatever. So that's like the woke scale, right? So, in terms of what they're pushing for in the industry and everything, and even at regular jobs too, with what they call diversity is like a way they've sort of named it diversity, but it's what it really is it's a scoring system to score potential candidates for positions, movie roles, character roles, even video game characters, for example, products, everything else. And it's a scoring system with the person with the highest score being of that identity, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and the person with the lowest score being simply the majority person. So it's that's kind of one look at what wokeism is, but it's really an organizing structure situation where you can sort people instead of based on their fruits, which would be like a Christian way to do it. Know them by their fruits, by what they can do, their behavior and their skill set and their contributions and what they can do, right? Instead of selecting people for movie roles or for character orientation for their fruits for what they can do, it's a communist promotionary fixing tactic to roll the system to score people just based on their what they are, identity, right? So it's identity politics, but it's really an identity politic pyramid. Do you see what I mean? It's an identity politic pyramid. That's the best definition I can give you of that. It's a masquerade too. It's masking that it's benevolent for the zombies to think that it's for benevolency, but it's not for benevolency. It's for control. So it's a pyramid hierarchical structure which appeals to emotion, which plays into identity as superordinate to all other factors, you see? And the identity structure has been based on how they've laid it out. I just gave you the relative scoring. So that's basically what it is. So it's communism, it's nasty. They did the same thing in the Soviet Union in certain ways. It's not a new thing, but that's what we're seeing in the culture now. And it spills into movies, TV shows, video games, workplaces, all that stuff. So that's what it is. So that's wokeism. What's up, Laugh Slap Productions? And thanks one more time, Jake. That's cool, man. You don't have to do that, but thanks so much. I've been here since season 2, Trash Jam 1. Oh, thanks, man. 2 or 3. I'm here. Whitefield, NH. Oh, very cool, man. Is that New Hampshire? Is that where you're saying NH? Very cool. So there's a good definition of wokeism for you. That crazy guy 39. I hope that makes sense to you. It's just a diversity scoring system. That's what it is. Is it fair? It's not fair by definition. It's fixing the outcome based on identity. So it's fixing the outcome based on the born-in characteristics of a person. And same with sexual orientation too. Most people that have a certain sexual orientation, they didn't choose that sexual orientation. They just happen to have it. They were attracted to this person or they're attracted to that person. I don't care who you're attracted to. I don't think that you should get a promo or promotion or anything else because you're attracted to this person or this person. I don't think it has anything to do with work or cast selection or anything to do with that. I think that should be completely separate from work or from anything, any serious endeavor. I don't think it should be included or should be a criteria, or really should be any of the other people's business, to be honest with you. You see? So that's that. So thanks again there, Jake, and you don't have to do that, man, but I do appreciate it. The last Ronin movie, please. Is that what you're saying? Were you trying to say the last Ronin movie? That'd be great for Turtles. Or are you saying the last Rogan movie? What do you mean? I don't think they're going to make a Joe Rogan movie. I don't think so. Although that could sell pretty good. If they did a movie on Joe Rogan, that would actually do well. Like The Social Network or something. That could work if they did a Joe Rogan movie. I do agree. That would work really well. Woke tic-tac-toe character game, Trev. It's true, right? It's true. No, they won't, Michael Novak. They won't quit it when profits decline, because they already have been declining. Entertainment has declined like crazy because of it. I don't think they're going to abandon it. Now, Disney, for example, with they're doing a woke Little Mermaid. They made Little Mermaid, they race swapped it. They made her black in the new Little Mermaid, right? I think that's the most disliked trailer, one of the trailers for Little Mermaid, with the black Little Mermaid, instead of a regular Ariel. Isn't her name Ariel? Is that the Little Mermaid's name? Pretty sure. They race swapped her and made her black. It's got like the most dislikes, I think, of any video ever posted to YouTube. Or at least the trailer has the most dislikes of any trailer ever posted for a serious movie to YouTube ever. It's got the most dislikes ever. So, that we've ever seen before. That's pretty crazy. So some companies like Disney will have to change and stop doing the woke agenda. But as far as commercials go, advertisement, they're not going to stop doing wokeism in advertisement because they can't really tell how the ads are impacting the audience. Advertisement is something where you just advertise and whoever gets it. And it doesn't, like, you can't tell. You see? So because it's a plan for a different reason than profit, it's got other reasons for it than profit. Profit is not the reason why they're doing it. It's not for profit because it's not going to drive profit. It's going to cost them money. They're going to lose money by doing what they're doing, and they know that. But they're not going to stop because it has there's other political undertones underneath it that are pushing this forward and pushing all the big companies to do this. And groups like BlackRock and Vanguard. You know, a thing from BlackRock actually wears like an African. He's got like an African scarf thing he wears. This fucking guy. He walks around with an African scarf on like this. He's Jewish. Larry Fink. So is what it is. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. You don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, that's where it's coming from. It's coming from like Vanguard, BlackRock, Democratic Party in the States with Biden and all their stuff. Oh, it's so exhausting. The Last Ronin. Yeah, the Last Ronin TMNT movie, Jake, would be awesome. They'll probably do something like that, man. A Last Ronin movie would be absolutely incredible. I'll tell you what, Jake, I love that that Turtles have made a comeback, because a few years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, after the Michael Bay Turtle movies, people were like, oh, this is just whatever. They weren't into it, right? And it's awesome to see Turtles make a comeback with Last Ronin and IDW and the figures and all the stuff. It's awesome to see Turtles make a comeback to where people like Turtles again. I'm really happy that this has happened. That's one thing that's really positive about modern day, is that Turtles have made a comeback, and I absolutely love that. So that's really great. So thanks again for your support, man. A Last Ronin movie would be absolutely awesome. You got it. Absolutely be really great. Yeah, Erasing Ginger. So this is one that's interesting. Did you know this, Dr. Death? I heard this the other day. Did you know that gingers, okay, people with red hair, people with, Irish background, red hair, red, is the most sought after hair color and orientation for a person in the world? Did you know that? I didn't know that. I found that out the other day because, so what happens is that sexual selection is based partially off rarity. And so because gingers, red-haired people, are some of the the rarest color to have, they have the most sexual partners available to them of any color, any ethnicity. They have the most. Gingers, red-haired people. Isn't that cool? I didn't know that. Hollywood would never give you that picture that that's true in real life, because you watch South Park and they joke about gingers having souls and stuff, right? But did you know that gingers have the most selection options of any ethnicity, of any type, color, anything? They have the most options of anybody. Did you know that? I was blown away by that. I had no idea. But I guess what happens is that when something is really rare, it becomes more like the scarcity. When it's more rare, it becomes more intriguing to everybody. So because it's so unusual to see and it's so rare, it's even more rare than natural blonde. Like I have natural blonde hair from the time I was a kid. Now it darkens in males more when you get old. It darkens in everybody when you age. But I was born with blonde hair, right? So that's my deal. But yeah, ginger people with red hair have the most sexual options of anybody in the world. I had no idea. There's no way that Hollywood would ever give you that impression that that's true, but it's true. There's some books written on it, and I heard a speech from a researcher the other day who said that that's correct, that they're the most sought after of everyone. I was like, whoa, I had no idea. Because I know people make fun of them a lot and stuff, right? There's like the ginger jokes and stuff like that. But I had no idea they were the most sought after of everybody because they're so rare. And the rarity pushes demand. It's like I don't know, like rare diamonds or something. The rarity pushes the thing. So you know what's interesting about this LGBTQ woke agenda stuff? By pushing something out of the spotlight, they may have the opposite effect, because what they might do is, by pushing a certain group out of the spotlight, they may make their rarity appear to be more consistent, and they may get an opposite effect. Instead, like, I think they think what they're doing is by putting this certain group or this certain people and all the stuff, that it's sort of like they're advertising that certain group. But because of the rarity rule, what they might be doing might backfire 180 degrees, because what they might do is make that group seem prevalent, like it's everywhere, and they may reduce their rarity or scarcity, and they may actually reduce their specialness as far as selection's concerned. The opposite of the ginger red hair thing. Yeah. So it's cool. Netflix style slasher Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that'd be sweet, Jack. I'd love to see like an adult serious slasher Ninja Turtles, like Character Death, Walking Dead style Ninja Turtles show. Like AMC picks up Ninja Turtles and they do like a Walking Dead style Ninja Turtle series. That would be freaking awesome, man. I would love to see that. Yeah, it's interesting, right? LZ one and only. It's interesting, right? It's really cool. Yeah, there is something. Boogeyman, that's true. Red hair girls, there's something about that where they have like more aggression or something. I've actually heard some studies on that they actually, like the idea of like fiery redheads. I've actually heard that there's some studies on that actually show that they actually are more aggressive than other, at least they're perceived to be, I think, more aggressive than other hair color people, which is funny. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. I'm just giving you stuff that I read from time to time. Different research and stuff is fun. So yeah, we're talking about Ninja Turtles because we're 2 hours in here, L's one. So you missed all the stuff for Walking Dead in the first hour. Go back to the first hour. We're into the second hour now. So we already covered all that, but we'll wrap up soon here in a minute. And yeah. Chris Butterakos, how about a black James Bond? Idris Elba. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge James Bond fan, but I just, it's okay if you do it a little bit. It's not okay if it's all the time everywhere. Like if you, for example, one of my favorite characters is Wolverine. If after Hugh Jackman's done, you recast Wolverine as in that way, I'm not going to watch your movie. I'm just telling you right now, it's not going to happen. I'm not reviewing. I'm not talking about it. I'm going to block it out because it's gotten, they've gotten totally carried away with it. It's too much, and I don't like it. What's up, Justin Caldero? How are you doing, man? And, yep. Let's see. Kurt Angle is Joe Rogan. Doot, what'd you say there? I don't know what you said there about that. Let's see. Yeah, YOLO, Thug's Thug Life Selfie. What's up, man? How you doing? Let's see. Death Note. I actually didn't see. Oh, did they? Oh, yeah, they did. I did watch that. The live action version, right, of Death Note. It destroys it, dude. It totally destroys it. They really got to knock it off. Like, any show or movie that does that, I'm going to call it out. If we do videos on it, it's getting called out. It's getting pushed back. I'm not going for it whatsoever. I'm going to be pushing back on it. I'll be telling all my viewers, anyone who will listen, push back on this. Don't watch this. If you subscribe to Disney Plus or something, you get mad, call Disney up, file their contact us form and tell them, knock it off, stop replacing, these characters with that. I see what you're doing. It's agenda driven. It's not acceptable. And cancel your subscription if you want to. Yeah, the Death Note movie sucked, man. It was so bad. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I did watch it actually, but I just skipped, I think, half of it. I was watching online, I think, and I saw that, and some of the others were like, this is terrible. The anime version and manga version, way, way, way better. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't care if they do one. Just make him a different agent or character or whatever, if they do. La Trickster likes the red-haired girls. That's cool. We don't have almost any here. It's not my thing. I don't really care. But that's funny. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see for the new movie. I haven't seen the animation for April yet in the new movie. We'll see. I'll take a look at it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to thank all you guys for watching. We're over 2 hours, so I think we'll wrap. It's 11 o'clock. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining. Thanks again for Robert Frank, and thanks so much to Jake Theron for the support and everything. And I hope you guys had fun. I hope you liked it, and be really excited for the Rick and Michonne spinoff series. Really exciting. It's going to be great. And a little bit of a unplanned talk on a little bit of wokeism. We'll keep it, like that. We'll keep it cool. Won't say too much about the motives behind it and the people who are doing it. We'll kind of keep that out for now. But when my strike goes away in a few months, maybe we can come back to it. But thank you guys so much for watching. And, yep. Yeah, the Matrix movie was not very good, Adam. I agree. It was not very good. I didn't like it that much. But, yeah, dudes, I want to thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. Thanks again to Jake. Thanks again to Rob and all of you guys for contributing, for sending through questions, discussion topics, everything. Love it. Thank you, Ray of Sunshine. Appreciate it, brother. Thanks for watching. Good stuff. Maybe I'll see you back next Sunday night, but we'll see if there's anything new to cover. If not, maybe in a couple weeks. Much love to all you guys. Have yourselves a great week. Before you leave, don't forget to thumb the video up. If you're new, subscribe at the bottom before you leave. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. Have yourselves a good night. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.